Hey there, everybody. Guess what? Bonus episode of Kingdom Hearts. And you're going to be like, Soul, 1, this series is done. Why are we here? 2, why do you sound so weird? Well, it's 8:40 in the morning, so I'm tired, but I want to get this done. And 3, why are we at the clock tower? Well, reasons. 1 being that this is the save file in which we just beat Phantom, which means we now have Stopka. However, what we don't have is Curaga. So we have Eroga, Stopka, Graviga, Cura, Thundaga, Blizzaga, and Faraga. I need to go get Curaga, something I failed to show in the Let's Play. Here's what happened, guys. I did about 11 episodes of recording during my winter break because I just got hooked on this game because it's amazing. And then I also did all my grinding in that time where I did like, okay, let me record this bit, this bit, this bit. And I kind of failed at putting it all together in the right order because it was a lot. Don't have 11 episodes plus a grinding montage to edit. It's terrible. What I'm doing here is something I think is correct. I know where to go for Curaga, but I think there might be someone here that actually tells me where to go. No. Where is Yuffie? I want to find Yuffie because I believe she'll tell you where to go, and I kind of want to show that. So we're going to take a quick peek about. I don't think she's in the accessory shop. No. Where would Yuffie hang out, though? She doesn't just hang out with Sid. It's possible that she's in the underground. I mean, she could be back at Hall of Bastion still, to be honest. Don't need you gals anymore. I should have gone through the bottom, straight to the alleyway. But I want to see if she's in fact here or not. Oh, good, I have Super Glide already. I was like, what have I done in the game already at this save file? Okay, so she's not here either, which means we're just going to go to Hollow Bastion because we have a friend. I need to remember how to play this game now. It's been, what is it, January 23rd. I finished recording like before Christmas. It's been a bit. So let's get on our gummy ship and head on over to Hollow Bastion. Good chances Yuffie's in here and I just don't remember. I thought she went back to the small house where Kairi now is, but maybe that just means I could have gotten Curaga much earlier. But anyways, we go to the library. We say, hey, what's up, Belle? You look good, you look good. And then we come down here and say, hey, Aerith, how you doing? You also look good. Press triangle, not O. Sora, you should read this. Read what? It's the rest of Ansem's report. Maleficent must have collected it. Ansem's reports 2, 4, 6, and 10. As you saw in one of the episodes, I did read all of Ansem's reports in a row, which means we got them. I just didn't show getting them. But, you know, maybe she has more to say. Who knows? Who knows? Ansem disappeared when the world fell into darkness. It was believed he died defending the people from the Heartless, but Ansem was the one that brought them here. Uh-oh. Ansem waits in darkness, but there's a little light to protect you, Sora. Attained the power of healing, Cura turned into Curaga. So we now have all of the Aga spells. Faraga, Blizzaga, Thundaga, Curaga, Graviga, Stopka, and Eroga. And something I believe we can get much earlier in the game is Fire Arts, Blizzard Arts, Cure Arts, Thunder Arts, Gravity Arts, Stop Arts, and Arrow Arts. I thought these were for crafting. And Frank said he doesn't think there are any craftings with those arts. Whether that's true or not, I don't remember. I just know we crafted everything. But apparently those arts are for something entirely different. I was grinding like 5 or 10 of each of them because I was like, oh, I probably needed them or something. But what they're really for, or at least one thing they're for, is Melon. Remember how we got Spell Binder from him, but which was for a long time my favorite. My favorite Keyblade. And I was like, oh, I wonder if he'll give us another Keyblade. Well, the answer's no. But you're becoming a real sorcerer. Here's something for your effort. The Dream Shield. I better get busy too. So that's because we have all the arts. Well, this is quite impressive. Here's something for your effort, and that's for having all of the max level spells. The Dream Rod. Now, those might sound familiar to you. That's because, wha-bam! It is what we pick in the first heckin' scene. How cool is that? How cool is that? What does this original one look like? Okay, it's, yeah, I was like making sure it's not just the same thing, but it's not. Ugh, so cool. So cool. Now, what else did I need to show off? Oh, right. We have the full secret ending that I need to show off. So, I'm going to go beat up Ansem real quick, and we'll be right back. Now, folks, before I go and beat Ansem off screen, because you've already seen me do it once, I just want to confirm that I have done all of Jiminy's journal. Obviously, I can show you here. We went through it in a previous episode where I went through all the stuff, the animations, even the mini games, but also we can just see this little Mickey face right next to the journal. So I believe this will unlock the full secret ending. So I'm excited to see it. Never seen it before. Some people might say, hey, Soul, you can just watch it in theater mode. I started it and it had like an opening like title screen. I was like, nope, I don't know if I'm watching this in the wrong order, so I'm just gonna go do it the right way. So be right back. Special secret movie, another side, another story, deep dive. Well, without you, the eyes will close, a fragmented tale. Something so natural. Memory beyond. Okay, so they fight the Heartless. That's good. Riku? Oh. Wait. I went to see him. Looks just like you. Everything is coming back to me. The true... Hey everybody, kind of a strange cut in, but what I wanted to do was go through some of those incredibly fast flashes of text and number countdowns and give you my thoughts and ideas on them. Again, this was the first time I've ever played Kingdom Hearts, so it's very new to me, and I don't have any of the knowledge that you guys will who have played the rest of the series. So these are my thoughts based off of what I think. So I have taken pictures and transcribed a lot of the stuff, so I'm going to just kind of go through them and give you my thoughts and ideas. So 13, where's Sora? So after the events of what we saw at the end of the game, I guess he's gone, and I don't know why. I mean, he's with Donald and Goofy, so we didn't see any kind of disappearance, but apparently he's gone, and there's this whole cloaked organization, I guess 13, that knows something about him. Then we get down to 12, and it says, Ansem's other report, a creation born of ignorance. Is that just referring to the kind of fake Heartless that he helped design, or the ones that he helped breed? Because he doesn't really, at least at the time, I guess, doesn't really know a ton about the Heartless, but he is experimenting. But it sounds like there are those out there that already know about them and are maybe watching Ansem, scouting him out. Is he good enough to maybe join us, or is he going to screw things up, or let's just see what he does? I don't really know on that one. We get down to 11, and this one interests me because it says, behind the darkness does not equal door to the light. So Kingdom Hearts is light. Are they going against that statement, or is it something else? This one I really can't make a lot out of, unfortunately, but behind the darkness is not the door to the light, which in a sense can kind of mean that there might just be darkness in some places. Some places might not have any light. They could just be pure darkness with nothing to redeem it. And that's, I would say, a possibility, a good one. After that, we have this kind of, this was 10, and it said, the secret place, his voice, it's left me. This time, I'll fight. So that makes me think Kyrie's talking here. So the secret place to me would be that secret cove where at Destiny Island, where the kids would like draw stuff where the door is, which I believe was its keyhole. But his voice, it's left me. Does that mean Kyrie can't find Sora, or can she not remember him? Did something happen when they slipped away from each other at that kind of ending scene that we saw prior, where she's on like Destiny Island sand and he's in darkness? Can she not remember Sora for some reason? Can she remember the idea of him, or the idea of somebody that matters, but just can't put it together? And this time, I'll fight. All I really know about Kyrie outside of this game is that she exists in other games. I'm assuming the characters get older as the series goes on, that it's not all taking place in like a very short time period of like a couple days. So I'm wondering, does Kyrie become either a playable character, or at least someone that does fight in scenes or something? I'm thinking this is Kyrie. Then we have, let me see, we went from this, now we have, this was number 9. A world between is or equals a forgotten world. And then the next line is the gathering. So a world between equals a forgotten world. Does that mean that there are pockets between? Because when we travel, let's say we traveled from Traverse Town to we went from Traverse Town to Olympus, or from Traverse Town to Wonderland. Were there worlds in between that space-time, that maybe pocket worlds exist between dimensions, between the folds of time and space? You're starting to hear some of the physicists in me. These are the kinds of things we would study when we would talk about wormholes, when we would talk about the concepts of multiverse theory and things like that, are places between space and between time, folds in reality that things can live in. And that's kind of the basis of a lot of both scientific and fantasy-based multiverse theory, or parallel dimension theory. So after this, we got to this one, and this one really interested me. It said the third enemy equals nobody. Who is nobody, you ask? They are the non-exist, and I can't catch anymore. I tried to do super fast pausing, and there's another word after the non-existent or existed, I'm not sure, but I can't get it. It's too blurred out. It's too fast. I put this thing down to 0.1 speed and couldn't get anything. So I think it's something that's not really meant to possibly be seen yet. But nobody, I've heard that term before, but I don't really have context. So I'm thinking this is either an organization that call themselves the Nobodies, or maybe it's a maybe not a subclass of Heartless, but something counter to or beside the Heartless. Like the Heartless were these creatures, more basically like monsters and stuff, but they didn't really seem to have any personality. Maybe there are Nobodies that all are in the same vein. Maybe they're another monster or a creature that doesn't really have personality or possibly much in the way of motivation outside of some base thing. Like the Heartless wanted to eat our hearts. What do the Nobodies want? Maybe our brains, our minds, our consciousness, our hope. I don't know. But nobody means something. I'm aware of that. I wonder though, I do see that there is some stuff in Japanese above that, and it looks like it's actually finished. So I don't know what that very final symbol that looks just like a reverse L, does that mean incomplete? I don't know. If anybody knows what that means in English, I would love the translation without your opinion, though, unfortunately. I'm really trying to go off of myself here. I know that sounds selfish, and I apologize. Now, after this, we have number 7, and it says endless. And then it says, what took you so long, Kyrie? Can we do it against that? So who's responding to Kyrie? Or is that Kyrie responding, can we do it against that? Or is it the same person who says, what took you so long, Kyrie? Or is there a third party? I don't know. And can we do what and against what? My mind immediately went to the dark side. Big dude, the first monster the first boss we fought, and we fought him towards the end of the game as well. Or is it a nobody? Is there something else? Is it just any plain monster? I don't know. But this, to me, I want to know who is talking to Kyrie. Is it Riku? I don't think it's Sora, since we don't know where he is. So is it Riku? Did he make it out of the Kingdom Hearts, I guess, is where he got locked in? I don't know. So that was 7. Now, this was between 7 and 6. It didn't have a number, but it says Heartless. We have come for you, my liege. You are the source of all Heartless. We have come for you, my liege. Who has come? And who is the liege? Is it Ansem? Is there someone more powerful than Ansem that is my liege? And you are the source of all Heartless. Is that another person? The same person? Is it the liege saying that? Or is you are the source of all Heartless is someone talking to a place? Is a place the source of all Heartless? I wonder. And is it a void between time? Is it Kingdom Hearts where we saw Mickey and Riku and Sora all lock it away? Is that the source? These are the curiosities to me. Then we got down to 6, and this is where it gets a little more interesting. Metamorphosis, which obviously means change, to kind of reinvent, to become something new. Sora? Sora, why? Your Highness, but why? So I'm thinking Goofy and or Donald, they're like, oh, Sora, we found you, but why have you done something terrible? And King Mickey, why? Did Sora hurt King Mickey? Like, Your Highness! And then looking back to Sora, but why? Like, why have you done this? Or are Sora and Mickey together doing something that Donald and Goofy don't agree with? Or maybe they were just off doing their own thing, and Goofy and Donald are like, why didn't you tell us? But what if it's something terrible? What if it's something absolutely terrible? And I'm going to come back to this one in a moment, because something that we learn a little later makes me want to think about this again. So here we have number 5, and it says change, and then there's a big old space, the third key. Who's the third key? Or what is the third key? But I think who? Is it Sora, Kyrie, and somebody else, such as Riku maybe? Are they like a trifecta of importance? I don't know. After this, we had 4, and this one's hard to read, so I did write it down. It says, end of the world, and then quotes, what is this place? end quote. New quote, is this the answer you've been looking for? Then, end quote, and another quote, this is the world in its true form, end quote. Then another quote, maybe our journey meant nothing after all. So is this Donald, Goofy, and Sora, or any combination of that, somewhere, and they're like, where are we? And maybe somebody else not involved, like maybe Ansem's back, I don't know. Is this what you've been looking for? Maybe even Mickey, this is what you've been looking for, and this is the world of how it truly is, and that doesn't sound good, because maybe our journey meant nothing after all. Maybe closing Kingdom Hearts and locking it and saving the princesses meant nothing in the grand scheme of things. What if Maleficent doing her thing with the princesses was just some other group saying, let the witch have some fun. It's inconsequential. We're just curious to watch what's this Keyblade Master doing. And then after that, we get to 3, which says Paradise. We'll go together. Now that makes me think Sora and Kairi again. But again, I don't know. Is there going to be a new character that's somehow linked to Sora and or Kairi? I don't know. But that one, at the moment, makes me think either Sora and Kairi or Sora and somebody linked to Kairi. Or maybe, since Kairi can't remember Sora based off my other thought, someone that she thinks is Sora, or is someone that's taking the place of that feeling of longing. That's a possibility. Then number 2, Mickey shows up, and he doesn't look happy anymore. He looks pissed. He looks ready for a fight, and he's wearing Organization 13's outfit. So to me, that's very curious. After that, we just kind of... we have a few more things. We have someone walking up, as we saw, saying, I went to see him. He looks just like you. And so that makes me want to go back to the one that said, the Metamorphosis. I want to go back to Metamorphosis. Sora, why? Your Highness, but why? What if it's not Sora? What if I went to see him, he looks just like you? What if that refers to Sora? They're talking to Sora and someone looks like him, or they're talking to someone and they're meaning Sora looks like this person they're talking to. And here in Metamorphosis, what if that's the other person? It's not Sora, but it's tainting Sora's image. We've seen things like that in other games and other stories before, where a look-alike tarnishes somebody else's image. And then everything is coming back to me, the true ... end quote. The true what? The true meaning? The true meaning of Kingdom Hearts? The true home or initial spot of the Heartless? The true what? I don't know. Now, this is all done a day or so after I recorded these things. About actually 3 days after I recorded these things. So what you're going to hear after this is my raw reaction. So this is my more put together reaction, for whatever that's worth. But after this, you're going to hear my more raw reaction, and I'm curious to see how they sound next to each other. And I hope you like that. Now, to get the more slightly educated or informed version first, and then the raw version after, might be odd to some people, but to me, I think it's fine. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the initial reaction. Thank you so much. Wow, okay. So that had a lot more than the original secret ending I saw that was just like Keyblade dudes looking cool beating up Heartless. That is it. We saw Mickey in what I guess is an Organization 13 cloak, which raises a lot of questions, because I was assuming they were the bad guys. Maybe they're neutral, maybe they are good and bad, maybe it's probably very complex, and that's fine. And then he looks just like you, and this whole bit sounded like they were looking or talking about Sora. So does somebody look like Sora? Does Sora look like somebody else? Is Sora like a sleeper agent of Organization 13? Like, is he a part of it? But Mickey wearing the cloak, that... because he wasn't wearing that when we sealed the darkness door, or the door, to Kingdom Hearts, but he was there, and he looked angry. He looked mad. And then something I'm really curious of is who is wielding the Oath Keeper and Oblivion. Not only are they dual wielding it simultaneously, which is cool, and I'd love to do that, but the Oath Keeper came about from Kyrie's pendant, which means they have that and some kind of connection to Kyrie, I guess. Obviously, this is me thinking out loud. Please do not tell me the answer. I want to learn this by next. I'll be playing Chains of Memory, because people are like, you need to play that to really understand 2 a lot better. And then I'll play 2, or I might do that 358 over 2. I think Frank told me to watch that, then play Kingdom Hearts 2 to get a little more understanding. And I'll confirm with the British Eagle, a good friend of mine that knows these games really well, on his opinion. But you can also give your opinions in the comments of what you think would be the right order. I've got someone, I can't remember your name and I apologize, but they posted the whole, like on the very first episode of this series, they posted, do it in this order. And I think they said, they either said 2 and then 358 over 2 or vice versa. I can't remember. But anyways, they even talked about like, you know, do half of this phone game and then another half after 3. And I was like, what? But that opened up more questions that it answered, which is really cool considering I know there are more games and I have access to these games. I don't have to sit there and wait 5, 10, 15 years for it. It's just when can I get to it, which will hopefully Chains of Memory will be relatively soon. I'm thinking to do it as a Let's Play. I know the British Eagle streamed it, but I want it to be on the channel. And then after that, it's either 2 or 358 over 2. Either way, it's fine. But okay, so what I'm also going to do, and I won't be doing this on screen, so feel free to do it yourself, but I won't be recording it. I'm going to go through when I edit and pause, because I started to notice it was counting down and had all kinds of text on screen that I couldn't read when, you know, in the half second they showed it. But I highly encourage you, if you haven't already, or just to refresh memory, pause. Go back and pause through those countdowns to read everything that was said, because that's going to give me a little more to think about. I might talk about it in a few seconds if I decide to record my thoughts on that and add it in. I just don't know. It always just depends. But this was your bonus episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for the massive support in this series. It says deep dive on the pylon? Broken piece of modern day building, actually. Yeah, that's the wire mesh that goes through buildings nowadays. So I see deep dive. What else is in there? So I can't read that massive something, but I see an R at the beginning. I see King Mickey's crown right above Sora, which I'm sure means something. And then we have an angel wing carved right next to Kyrie, because she's some kind of angelic archetype. And then what's interesting to me is Riku has that one angel wing as well, but so did Sephiroth. And he was the darkness of Cloud. So does that mean Riku is the darkness of Sora? Or of someone in Organization 13? And why is Goofy looking up at, maybe he's not quite looking at Riku, but it almost looks like Goofy's looking at Riku like, huh. And then Donald's just like, look at my toes. And Kyrie's like, I'm tired. And Sora's like, sup, pimp, I just released a rap album. Check it out on Spotify. I do wonder if Goofy's looking at him, even though if you track the eyes, he's not looking at Riku, but I wonder if he's supposed to be. But again, that wing for Riku, I have a feeling has a little more to do with the Sephiroth to Cloud link of them being maybe, because we saw that. I mean, I know Sora got rid of his part of Kyrie, but he didn't always have Kyrie, so does that mean he was always incomplete? Or are he and Riku a split since like the beginning, and that's why he's incomplete? And that's why they're always at odds, even though they get on so well, they're still at odds because they kind of want the same thing, but are willing to go at it in a very different way. Same motivations, very different approach. Riku obviously went into darkness. He came out of it, thank goodness, which could also entail, that good side of Sora that wasn't quite gone from him. And Sora also showed some levels of darkness, or at least anger. at times, and rage and despair through almost giving up sometimes. So it's all there to work. Whether that's the path they went for, I don't know. I'm just saying that could technically work, and I think they would be able to get away with it with what they have presented so far. However, that is all speculation on my end. Again, that is me thinking out loud. Please do not tell me if I'm right or wrong. Just if you think it's interesting, feel free to be like, hey, your thoughts are interesting, but don't be like, oh no, that's wrong, or oh yeah, you're onto something. I don't want to know anything. I appreciate you all supporting this series, and to take from a seamstress that Oates and I watch. Love you if you're new or old this channel. If you feel like sticking around, I upload every day except for Saturdays, when the day I stream. Feel free to like and subscribe to see more content, be it future Kingdom Hearts stuff or past things or upcoming Let's Plays. I have something very fun coming up on Friday, the 28th? I believe the 28th. Yeah, the 28th. Really cool new Let's Play coming up. Thank you all so much for watching. Do take care of yourselves, but until next time, bye-bye for now.